Chapter 64. Meditate. Public meeting, September 14, 1959. Question number 4, from the book Spirits of Religion, Emmanuel, Xavier. Revealing advanced paranoia by the hypertrophy of pride and the conquest of today's civilization. Some wish to banish the idea of God from human thought, fortifying himself in the mansion disguised as greatness. An horrible undertaking allocated all the mentors of historical and practical atheism, notable among traditional people octopus, thirst of hegemony and influence. However, those who devote themselves to such monstrosity of reasoning forget that there are only 4 glosses the most cultured nations of the globe who tenaciously engage in appalling carnage. In the terrible fight, the subliterate countries of the world stood out. It was enough, however, simple a few months of struggle to lower themselves to the condition of beasts, causing the bloodthirst claws to be restrained and fulminating the acquisitions of the spirit, with the aim of annihilation, the sovereignty of reason. As for now, they all had treaties that safeguarded their free institutions. This, however, did not prevent them from forgetting international commitments, razing open cities and burning peaceful villages. They line up large libraries of social sciences in praise of human dignity, but fell like jackals on helpless women and children, ruthless to a defenseless population. They counted on the progress of maritime navigation and high principles to guide their movements, but they converted the oceans into theaters of piracy and blood. They had the noblest inventions, such as an aeroplane and radio, cinema and the great press, including the field of nuclear energy. However, they mobilized all these resources in the assault on homes and hospitals, schools and temples, in the camps reserved for the concentration of prisoners. The poisoning and torment of hunger, bestiality and murder were considered legal acts. The ominous balance sheet included millions of corpses, millions of mutilated, millions of orphans, millions of misfits. They were not worth industry discoveries, science advances, philosophical heights, political adjustments, or exaltations of letters. Everything descended into the darkness of carnage. And that, when ambition is unruly among men, the power of injustice grows. And when injustice is erected as supreme power on the face of the earth, God's forgetfulness usually appears in the core of the elites. And with the forgetfulness of the Creator, the creatures were descended, generating conflict and destruction. Surrendered to free will, in the recess of one's soul, the man can forget divine fatherhood and mock the religious idea that traces his moral roadmap, but falls into the drags of irresponsibility and delinquence. He can, with ingratitude and cruelty, preach life to disrespect to God, but life responds to him with the darkness of chaos. Public meeting, September 14, 1959. Question number 4. The book Spirits of Religion, Emmanuel, Xavier. In today's days, 2020, we are living among ourselves a great destructions of the power of the man, with the airplanes, cars, people that disbelieve to this higher power, the nature's responding to us, breathing, when we ourselves, we have to use masks to breathe. But the nature is responding and thinking to us to later grow again. We have to respect the earth. We have to respect one another. We have to love ourselves in order to love our neighbors. We have to respect what this higher power is, the one that knows more than anybody else, never lost our faith. However you call, I call God, and I trust in God, and I hope that you can also trust in God today and always. Peace, love, trust and faith today and always. Amen.